and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have already subscribed, thank you. I truly appreciate it, and I also appreciate you being patient with me. I know it took me a little time to go ahead and get this video up. It's because the struggle has been real. We're gonna get to that. If you have not already subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and push the button. But if you want to wait to the end of the video, I guess I'm cool with that. But don't forget to hit the button. Okay, so I had a huge struggle trying to edit this video. I'm not the tech savviest person, so I literally had to basically YouTube how to edit a YouTube video. I finally found some software that worked for me, that was super simple and easy to use, and I ran with it. I'm so upset that I didn't find that software first, but hey, trial and error. So today we're going to go ahead and make this DIY dream box. It's very inexpensive and it's super easy to put together. What you see here are 4 bookshelves. Yes, 4 bookshelves. Basically combined together to make a dream box. Super simple and easy. As far as for the tools and items used for this video, I'm gonna make sure that I do go ahead and post that probably now. What I forgot to film was the table portion. I did put the table in the post on Facebook, but I forgot to film that portion. So I just want to show you guys the table. Now, this table, it's not a necessity. You don't necessarily have to have this table. I wanted it to go along with my look, and I actually did need a table to fit my business needs. Now, for you may not need a table. You may already have a table at home that you could just kind of push up to the shelves. And if so, that's perfectly fine. Use what you have. Save coins, because that's what this DIY is about. Saving money. Okay, so this is super easy to put together. It comes with these table latches. Let's see if I can get it off. These table latches. You just put it on the table and you turn the knob to tighten it. And then this portion here, this actually goes on the bookshelf. So it comes with those. And it also comes with legs. And these are easy as well. You just screw them. You know what? Let me be smart and work smart, not hard. See, that's what it's all about. Let me make the mistakes so you guys do not make the mistakes, because yeah, I did not flip the table over. Don't judge me, guys. So yeah, you're just gonna unscrew the legs. This particular table actually fit perfectly on my shelf. I didn't have to make any adjustments to the legs. It fit perfectly. I didn't have to buy new legs or anything like that. Now, it comes with these 2. It also comes with 2 additional legs, extenders. I don't know what tall person needs these, but listen, that's a long leg. Like, when you put these 2 together on, it's super tall. Like, I'm a little person, I don't need that. That's gonna be a blooper. So then you just screw the leg back on. Yeah, super easy. It also comes with these bottom pieces. I guess to protect your floor from any scraping or anything like that, and sliding. So yeah, comes with that. So simple, super easy to put together, and very convenient. With mine, with this space that I have my shelves in, we don't really keep anything over here. It's usually empty most of the time anyway. So to store it, I just kind of slide it just like that, and I leave it here until I'm ready to use it again. If I need more space, if I need it out of the way, if my kids are running around and I'm scared that they might break it, then what I'll do is I'll just take the legs off and I'll put it up in the closet. We're gonna go ahead and get into putting the shelves together. Now, when you put the bookshelves together, you're gonna put them together based on the manufacturer's instructions. So I'm gonna go ahead and open them up. And that was somebody posted a question as to whether things fall out when you open up your shelf. No, absolutely not. If you're opening your shelves and you're opening them regularly, normal, like a normal person, nothing's gonna shift around, nothing's gonna fall, like everything's gonna stay in place. However, if you are jerking on your shelves, then absolutely absolutely, you're gonna have stuff shift around. You're gonna have to clean up a mess because why are you being so aggressive? Like, what did the shelves ever do to you but try and help you? Hello? Nothing. So yeah, don't jerk the shelves, just kind of open them just with regular force. For me, I created this for my business. I needed 4, but if you don't need 4, if your space is smaller, then just buy 2 and you would put them together the exact same way. Who can use this DIY? Everybody. Space is usually, typically, unless you have like a ton of acres, you know, a big huge house, space is usually limited, especially if you have children. So if you are a collector, if you have a business, if you are a librarian, if you have children's toys or whatever you might have that you feel like you need to get organized, boom, this is for you. Anybody can do it. It's super easy. It's very convenient. It's out of the way. It's not bulky and taking up a lot of space. It truly isn't. And I love the fact that it is on wheels, so you can move it around how you need to. If you need to clean, mop, sweep, you still can. And it's not hard to move. It's lightweight, unless you have a ton of stuff on there, and then okay. As far as putting the shelves together, again, just do it based on the manufacturer's instructions. The only exception to putting them together is going to be for the 2 shelves that are going to be your doors. Now for these, you're still going to put them together the same. However, for the backing, which is this part here, for the back, instead you're going to turn it backwards, and you'll see it in the video clip. Also, another exception for putting the shelves together. So for me, for my needs, and you're doing this based off your needs, I'm bringing you this so that you can see my trial and errors, and so I can make it easier on you when you decide to do this DIY. So for me, when I put my shelves together, I decided to leave this top piece of wood off of my doors. And the reason that I chose to do that is because I wanted this piece here. I knew that I wanted this to go on my door on the outer shelf. I left it off of 2. I could have just did it for 1, but I left it off of 2 so that it would still look, it wouldn't look odd having just 1 missing. So I don't even know if you guys noticed it. You may not have noticed it until I pointed it out, but if so, I'm good, because that's what I was going for. So in the middle, I left these 2 on that doors. I left them on. I did was I put the casters on. Now, I'm going to tell you this because, again, I want to make this easy as possible on you. I'm doing the trial and error so that you guys, it can be a breeze for you guys. So, I would say for casters, when you are putting the casters onto your shelves, I would say do that in the first step, which is putting the bookshelves together. The reason being is because it wasn't hard to maneuver the shelves and flip them and things like that together. But again, I want to make it as easy as possible on you when you decide to do this DIY. So when you're putting your shelves together, go ahead and drill your holes and put your casters on then. That way you'll already have them on and you won't have to do any flipping and turning and trying to drill while you have the shelves together. It'll make it a lot more easier. Now when you do that, make sure that you do take into account the sides of the doors, okay? If you're doing it in advance, make sure that you don't put it right on the edge of the outside walls of that wood piece, because then they won't turn. You want to make sure that they're still able to move and turn gradually. Now, another exception that you'll see in the clip is for the bottom pieces for my shelf. I made a mistake and I put them on. Don't do that, because you want to make sure that the casters, the front and back casters, are at the very edge of your shelves, because then it would avoid any type of tipping over. You won't have those type of issues. I put them on first, and I had this on, and I put the casters on behind it. And when I put the shelves together, I only did 2 first, and then I tested it out, and it would easily tip over. So you want that stability. So keep this off of the bottom. Make sure that the front and back casters are at the very edge of your shelves. As far as for the sides, you want them, of course not, they can't be at the very edge of the sides because they need to spin. And plus you'll have these 2 pieces in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the clip on. First you'll see how not to do it, and then you'll see how to properly put the casters on. Everybody got that? I hope it was easy to understand. The next thing that I went on ahead and did was I applied the hinges to the baseboard, to the base shelf. And you'll see that in the clip. I applied 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. So where these 2 connect, these 2 shelves will connect, is where you would place the 3. Then after you connect those, you're going to go ahead and connect your doors. Now, for the doors, you're going to do 3 as well. You're going to take your base and you're going to take your door and you're going to face them together. That's basically how you will apply the doors. In the clip, you'll see you're going to screw your hinge on the base portion of the shelf first, and then go ahead and face your door, push it together. I guess I can close it. That's smart, huh? So you're going to push it together, and then that's when you will add the hinge to the door side. And I hope I'm making sense, and I feel like I'm rambling. Guys, please be gentle with me. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the clip now. Okay, now, since you have applied your hinges, one thing that I wanted to note, for my casters, as you would have saw, my casters did not come with screws. So I went to Lowe's and I purchased some wood screws. Initially I bought some, I can't remember the length of them. I bought some and they were too long. I did a test piece first. They were too long and they went through, which is so ugly, and I'll get to that too. So I think I bought 1/2 inch, 5/8. You'll see it. Sorry about that. But the same screws that I bought for my casters, which were a perfect size, I actually used some for my hinges, and let me tell you why. The reason being is you can't see it. I'll try to zoom in. So you can't see, and I think I took a picture. I'll insert a picture. But the screws that came with my hinges, because they were so long, they actually pierced through the wood. They came all the way through. Again, it's a trial and error. I'm fine with it. It's not that noticeable. Again, this is my workstation, so nobody's going to see it. But for you, I would say the screws that do come with your hinges, don't use those screws. Use the ones that you use for the casters if you bought the same casters that I bought. Even when you do buy your casters, if they come with the longer screws, don't use those, because it's going to go through your wood and it's going to give you these ugly holes. Ugly. So we want to avoid that. Also, another thing that I want you to note, when I got the electric drill and screwdriver, with that you want to be careful, because you don't want to strip your screws. That can easily happen because you're putting force on it, and then so just be careful. I would say just be gentle with it. Do push it, and then maybe do some manual ones. I did that a few times because some screws I did actually strip, and I had to use like pliers or something like that to get it out of there and to put another one. So you want to be careful. Don't hook out on the screws, because you will strip them, and then it'll be hard for you if you ever need to take this apart. If you're moving or anything like that, it'll be difficult. So now for the doors. I actually deleted some of the footage when I applied these. For the bar pulls. These bar pulls are the way that you'll be able to easily open and close your shelves, your doors. This back piece is not wood. This is like a thick cardboard. So in order for these to be sturdy, you have to actually connect your bar pulls to this part of your shelf. You'll see it in the clip. But another thing I wanted to point out is the same screws that you use, so you might want to double up on the screws. The same screws that you use for your casters and for your hinges, the ones that I told you should use, the smaller ones, you will want to use those here as well. Maybe not on the bar pulls, but at least on the wood. And the reason being is because I have the bulging. They didn't come through, the screws didn't come through, but I can slide my hand and feel the bulges of where it would have gone through. So yeah, with the door pulls, I didn't do any measuring. I just didn't feel like I needed to. You may feel like you need to for yours, but for me, all I did was I held my bar pull up and I applied a little pressure. I went in on the inside and felt where I was applying pressure, because of course I held it up to where I wanted it to be. Let's start there. I held it up where I wanted it to be. I applied a little pressure. I came on the inside and I felt where I did. Then I just set it here, kept my hand here. I marked where I needed the bar pulls to go. So you can just do one hole and then bring your bar stool out. Bar pull back. I hope that was the first time that I said that. But you bring your bar stool, your bar pull back, and just hold it up to see where, and I held it up sideways. I will take it out, but yeah, I'm not gonna. So I'm just gonna open them up just so that I can show you. It's stuff on this shelf, so it's kind of hard to show you on this side, but let me take this off. So yeah, all I did was like I said, I held the bar pull up. I put a mark where I knew I wanted it to go. Then I came back and I marked the second hole. I brought the corner braces. I brought those out. I put one corner brace where the first hole was, and I marked where the holes needed to be for the corner braces. I put the other corner brace where the other mark for the bar pull was, and I put the holes where I needed them to be for that corner brace. For your corner braces, you are going to need all 4 holes on this side. So remember, this is the reason that you're able to pull on your door, open it up, close it as you need to, because this is providing the security. So the corner braces, each corner brace comes with 4 holes, but you only need 3 for each corner brace. Of course, you need the 2 on one, 2 on one. So 4 on this side. You're going to have 4 holes, 4 screws on this side. But for your corner brace side that's connected here, you only need 1 because you only have 2 holes on the bar pull. I chose to, and you'll see it in the clip, I made a mistake. I was so ready to be done. I ended up drilling all 4 holes. You can't really see it. Again, it's my workspace. You can't really see it, but this is the hole in the corner brace that's closer to the edge. I didn't want it close to the edge. I wanted it a little further away. So for me, I used the furthest hole. And you just drill your 2 holes. And when you drill your 2 holes, you put the screw through, and you'll see it. I don't know why I'm even trying to explain it, but the reason that I'm trying to be as thorough as possible is because I actually deleted the footage, some of the footage that was a little more detailed for the corner braces. So I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible, but it was not difficult at all. Again, I didn't measure. I just kind of winged it, and they evened up. But choose one of the holes where the shells go. I might have already said this, but choose one of the holes where the shells go and just line it up that way. You can do it that way. Okay, I see the 3rd hole. I'm gonna go ahead and put my my bar pull at the 3rd hole. That way it'll be easy. You don't have to measure. Okay, that's your guide. At the 3rd hole, at the 1st hole, that's where I want it to go. Okay, you put it at the 1st hole. You line it up, then you don't have room for a mistake because you know exactly where you want it to go. If you want to say I want it to go exactly above the 1st hole, all right, then you know that's where you want the 1st one to go. You're going to mark it, take your bar pull right above the 1st hole, you're going to mark it, mark your 2nd hole, boom. You know exactly where you want the bar pulls to go. No mistakes, it's going to even out. And after you apply your hinges, you are done. You are done. They close just fine. They close just fine. I don't know what I put, what did I do? That's called one not to put right here. I don't know. Anyways, but let me, oh, it was pretty. So they close just fine, open and close. You can move them. Boom. Easy peasy. And another great thing about it is you can also store things on top of your shelves. So it's just all around easy storage. Like if you want to organize, if you want to declutter, like me, oh my gosh, having a business, and I'm new at this. So having a business, I realized quickly that organization, structure, no clutter is the absolute best, because it's gonna lessen the amount of stress. Stress causes depression. You'll start feeling down on yourself and stuff like that. So organization, get organized. Oh my goodness, have a place where you can put everything that you need, and if not everything, because I have other things in other places, but it's organized. I know exactly where to go in order to get what, and that's what I wanted. Oh my gosh, this is a lifesaver. Guys, listen, if you don't have the money to go ahead and do this DIY right now, just save your coins. Again, it's it was $230. I bought a few other things, so it was a little more for me, and that's because the extra things that I added for my shelf. But it was $230 roughly to create this, compared to $2,300 that an actual dream box costs. Who just has $2,300 just laying around? I don't know about you guys. You might have, but I just did not want to spend $2,300 on a dream box. Plus, I'm not a crafter. So all of the compartments that it has, I didn't need that. So this was a better option for me. Definitely better money-wise. So yeah. Again, if you just want to do two, just do two. But save those coins if you don't have it right now. All the things used to create this, they're not going to stop selling it. They will continue to sell bookshelves, casters, door hinges. Where are doors going? We need doors. We need doors. Doors aren't going anywhere. So they're going to continue to sell hinges. Contact paper. You don't have to buy the one that I use. You can get any one that you want. That's going to match your specific shelf. What else? Just bookshelves. They're not going to stop selling bookshelves. All of this stuff will be readily available when you have those funds. So take your time. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel pressure like you have to do it right now. Take your time with it. Don't put too much stress on yourself. Life is already stressful enough, okay? So yeah, be easy on yourself. Take your time. Stack those coins. And then when you are ready, go ahead and do this simple, easy DIY. Come back, look at the video, follow the instructions, and boom. Life is made easy. Then, when you want to pull your table out, you bring your table back out. Okay. Screw it. For my bookshelf, these fit, again, perfect. The table fit perfectly. I didn't have to buy new legs or anything like that. I'm going to leave, of course, in the description, the shelf and things that I purchased. But like that. And then I come and add it. And then, of course, I'm not going to screw it, but you just screw it on and then it doesn't move. You bring your chair, you sit down, you work. Easy peasy, it's done. It's done. And here's a workstation that is not cluttered. It's not in the way. Like, this is the best. Oh, it's moving because it's not all the way out. But yeah, once you tighten it, it doesn't move at all. And you bring my chair. bring your chair, and boom, there you are. You can work. Hey there, so I just wanted to come and record this portion because I recently noticed that with the latches that attach the table to the shelf, tightening it up causes scraping and scratching, and if it moves, because it's even though you tighten it, it kind of shifts sometimes if you put force on it. So what I did was I went to Walmart and I grabbed these wall protectors. They're actually for a baby gate, and they were really inexpensive. It comes 4 in a pack, and I just added these to the hooks or latches, whatever you want to call it. I can't even remember what these things are called, but it doesn't move. Like, it's extremely stable. Like, I have to put a lot of force on it for the table to actually shift or move, and there won't be any scraping because of these. So yeah, guys, if you do not want this unattractive scraping on your shelf or your table, go ahead and grab these wall protectors. There it is. There you have it. Easy peasy. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for trusting in me to deliver. I hope I met your expectations. If I made any mistakes, do not drag me, because this is my first official YouTube video. I'm a beginner, okay? And look, the struggle was real trying to get this out, okay? It was so real. Footage was lost. Sleep was lost. Time was lost. But space, hey, space was saved, y'all. Space was saved.